Well, hello, Links Players community. Jeffrey Cranford here again, and I don't know how your holidays went. I don't know how your resolutions are going after January 1, if you're those folks who make New Year's resolutions. I look forward to 2023. 2022 was a tough year on so many different levels. Well, really, 2021 and 22 were challenging. But as we look forward to 2023, I want to look back before we do and just say, 2022, thank you. Thank you for your year-end giving. You're helping us, keeping us on the ground. It's an amazing thing to think that we actually have a missional community. You know, many of you may be receiving this devotional or watching this video, and you're not necessarily part of a Links Fellowship, but most of us are part of some kind of little missional unit. We're part of something in our golf communities that we're looking at. We recognize, as the Apostle Paul did, that we're part of a larger story, that there is a narrative from the very beginning, a cosmic drama, if you will, that we all can participate in. The Apostle Paul in 1 Corinthians 9 says, I have a stewardship that's entrusted to me. And then back in 1 Corinthians chapter 4, a few chapters earlier, he simply says this, let a man regard us in this manner as servants of Christ and stewards of the mysteries of God. Stewards of the mysteries of God. He says, in this case, moreover, it is required of stewards that one be found trustworthy. You know, really what we're trying to do, especially if you're leading a fellowship or part of a leadership team within a fellowship within your own club or your golf community, you actually have a stewardship. You know, I look back, and Jeff Hopper, before he passed, we often talked about the stewardship that we had in the context of this growing Links Players community. You know, our biggest desire is to empower you, to encourage you, to have you refocus on a daily basis, because we all get so caught up in the nonsense of seeing Rome. I went into the kitchen this morning as I was trying to get my little green drink and all my stuff ready before I stretched and went to a meeting. And my kids have some little fish over there, and they're in this one fish particular, little tiny bowl. I mean, it almost looks, how can you live in that? And yet, in many ways, there are people out there that don't understand the mysteries of God. They're living in a fishbowl. They can only see what's just immediately around them, and they have to swim in these little circles, just waiting for something to be thrown their way. That is not what God wants. He wants us to participate in this cosmic drama that's been played out since the time of Jesus. So over the next few weeks, I'd love to just talk a little bit about evangelism, talk a little bit about what the plan was, the meta-narrative. I talked about that with Dennis and Boo a number of months back, this larger story that we can all get caught up in. And now we have the opportunity to be able to partner, and many of you partner not only financially, but also, well, with the very stewardship of your life. So I hope you'll stay tuned over the next few weeks as we talk a little bit about, strangely enough, something that was kind of born out of the Christmas story that I talked about to a number of Links Fellowships, and it kind of struck some people in different ways, and I wanted to share that with you. So I'm looking forward to doing that over the next few weeks. Again, thank you so much. We look forward to 2023 and a fruitful, awesome year. Hope you have a great week.